Hey guys, Drew22 here, and up next is the first of the final round of Bound for Glory matches. And after these next four matches, we will have the final score, and I will announce the two finalists that are going to be competing for that Intercontinental Championship alongside Jake the Snake and the former Intercontinental Champion, Barack Obama. And up first is Eddie Guerrero, and he's going to take on Edge in a one-on-one match. Extreme Rules, falls count anywhere, no disqualifications, no countouts, the whole 9 yards. And of course, a pinfall victory will give him 3, a submission victory will give him 5, and a loss will give you no points and a strike. But with that in mind, let's start. Well, I suppose being that this is the final round, we might as well introduce the opponents via entrance. And up first is Eddie Guerrero, coming in a sweet ride. Oh yeah! Viva la raza! I hope I said it right, but I mean, I still remember the memories that Eddie Guerrero left behind. I still remember the very night that he became the WWE Champion. I mean, he defeated the great Brock Lesnar in that match. I mean, if you go to MGM, or if you go to, what's that place called? New York in Las Vegas? I mean, chances are, you would have voted for Brock Lesnar, being that he's bigger, stronger, and just tougher all around, but Eddie Guerrero defied the odds and was able to become the WWE Champion. And I'll tell you one thing, I had such a great time during his run as the champion. Although, how he died was just so sad. I was so happy that at least he had won it before he died.
You think you know?
And his opponent is a man that was forced to retire in 2011 because of severe chronic neck injuries, and was left with no choice but to stop competing in real life. But here, he is still alive and is still well, and he is still the Rated R Superstar. From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 244 pounds, Edge. So yeah, we have Edge and Eddie Guerrero just taking each other on, and we haven't seen them fight each other since 2002. That was when they feuded with one another, but nevertheless, let's get started right now. And we begin with a couple of knife edge chops to Edge, and a punch right to the head. A jawbreaker to Edge. And an arm smash on Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie just fighting back. Elbow right to the top of the head of Edge. And some back elbows to Edge. And a jawbreaker to Eddie Guerrero. And a back suplex on Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie, I'm not sure what he was going to go for, but he didn't quite get it. Whipped into the corner. And rammed into the post, shoulder first. Sorry, I said rammed into the post, shoulder first. I said it wrong, I apologize. And a clothesline on the edge onto the outside. And Edge, of course it is falls count anywhere. Extreme Rules, so now Edge with that chair. No, wait, Eddie took the chair away. Oh, but Edge was able to beat him to the punch, literally. And Eddie thrown back into the ring. Ooh, and a kick right to the back of the head of Eddie. So now both men are back in. Elbow right to the back of the head of Edge. And a spinning neckbreaker onto Eddie Guerrero. I mean, we saw his cousin, or not his cousin, his nephew, Chavo, get beat down at the hands of Mr. McMahon and NHL, Norman Harmon Lundquist. And, I mean, there's a whole lot of issues, and it mainly stems from Mr. McMahon. Thrown over the top rope is Edge, and a clothesline on the Edge. And a chin lock on the Edge. But Edge escapes that predicament. A Russian leg sweep onto Eddie Guerrero. And Edge, an armbar on Eddie Guerrero. And for Edge, this is a must-win because because Edge only has 1 point to show for his efforts, and an old-fashioned suplex on the Edge. And Edge, is this it? 1, 2, no. But yeah, Edge only has 1 point, so he has to win, and he has got to win big. I mean, a 3-point victory wouldn't get it done. I don't think so. I don't think a 3-point victory is going to help. But never say never, right? A drop kick on the Edge. And a knee right to the head of Edge. A jawbreaker onto Edge. Right now, Edge is not doing too good against the likes of Eddie Guerrero. And an abdominal stretch on the Edge, but Edge escaped that predicament. A back suplex on Eddie Guerrero, and right now Guerrero is not looking good right now. And a drop kick that missed. And now Eddie's going to work on him. Oh, but Edge not backing down, but neither is Eddie. Oh, and a punch right to the head of Eddie Guerrero. And a whip into the corner goes Edge. And I'm not sure what Eddie was doing, but a bulldog onto Eddie Guerrero. And another missed drop kick. Elbow right to the head of Edge. And a forearm right to the back of Eddie. And a butterfly stretch on Eddie Guerrero. Oh, but Eddie just staying in there. And a whip into the corner, and now Eddie's going to set him up for something, but what is it, though? And Eddie, what's he doing? A Hurricane Runner from off the top rope. Incredible move on the part of Eddie Guerrero. Oh, and he just stomped him in the face. Did Guerrero. Oh, wait a minute. An electric chair drop. Electric chair drop onto Eddie Guerrero. And another chin lock on the Edge. For a little bit, Edge was struggling, but he got out of that predicament. Thrown over the top rope is Eddie Guerrero, and a punch sends him onto the outside. Ooh, and a kick right to the head of Eddie Guerrero. And now both men are on the outside. Now this is exactly where the match gets real dangerous, because when you're on the outside, yeah, bad things like that can happen, such as what happened to Edge. Guys, you can go around if you want. Guys? Really? Now, normally I would never show you... normally these days I wouldn't show you the pause screen, but since they're going to be doing that all throughout the time limit, I'm just going to save you the trouble and just say... I'm just going to call this match a draw, because if I just continue as is, they're just going to keep doing that. And this is me out of character, okay? So, for both men, it's going to be 2 points apiece. And that's the end of the match. I apologize if we didn't get a conclusive winner, but sometimes shit like this happens. But and once again, while I'm out of character, if this was to happen on a pay-per-view where I had to have a winner, I would restart this. But in this case, since it's a tournament format and since it's based on points rather than advancement, I'm just gonna stop right there. So. Stay tuned for the next match. I apologize for this.